I welcome to you all. I'm Rajesh. We're going to learn today a few more concepts with regarding to poverty. The important concepts which we're going to learn today are pre-independence poverty estimation and post-independent poverty estimation. Before independence, how they estimated, and after independence, how they estimated, and what other methods in the world level they're estimating the poverty. So these are the few concepts we learn in this volume. Now here, a pre-independence poverty estimation is Dadabhai Naoroji. So in his book, Poverty and the Un-British Rule in India. So in this book, he is he estimated the poverty that is ranging from 16 to 35 per capita per year. So based on 1867-68 prices. So here he used a menu for prisoners and used appropriate prevailing prices to arrive what we called as a jail cost of living. It's a unique one which he used. So what is the cost of living in the jail? Based on that, he tried to estimate it. So for this adjustment, he assumed that 1/3 of population is consist of children, half of them consumed very little, while the other consumed half of the adult diet. So he given a simple formula: 1/6 nil, 1/6 half, 2/3 full equals 3/4. That is the full. The weighted average of consumption of the three segments, which gives the average poverty line. So which comes 3/4 of the adult jail cost of. So he used the jail cost of living concept to estimate the poverty in pre-independence based on 1867-68 prices, 60 rupees to 35 per capita per year. Then other later, there is a National Planning Committee in 1938. So they are used once again the concept, the poverty line, ranging from 15 to 20 rupees per capita per month. So they use the minimum standard of living, which are required for nutritional requirements in 1938. So this planning commission was set up by Subhash Chandra Bose under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru. So for what? To draw up the economic plan with the fundamental aim to an adequate standard of living for the masses. So the planning commission who set up by Subhash Chandra Bose, so under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru. So before independence. Now another one more, 1944, that is a Bombay Plan. They suggested a poverty line rupees 70 per capita per year. 75 per capita per year. So it is given a proposal for a small group of influential business leaders in a Bombay. So for the development of post-independence economy of the India. So this is pretty important. Just remember the year. So there's a first estimation by Dadabhai Naoroji and followed by Planning Commission set by Subhash Chandra Bose under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru and Bombay Plan. So these are the four pre-independence. Then I will see post-independence. So post-independence in 1962, in a planning commission, which worked constituted by planning commission, formulated the separate poverty line, both rural and urban areas, that is 20 to 25 per capita per year. So that is urban and rural. So rural 20, 25, urban. followed by 1971 VM Dandekar and Rath was made, and N Rath was made the systematic assessment in India based on sample survey, that is a national sample survey. So here they use the subsistence living or basic minimum needs. What is the required for subsistence living? What are the basic needs? Based on that, they try to measure they estimate the poverty. So they made an expenditure that was adequate, providing 2250 calories per day in rural and urban areas. So there is generated a debate and minimum calorie consumption. So whatever they're consuming, they should have certain minimum calories. And based on that, whatever the consumption expenditure they made, out of that, what is the minimum calorie they're consuming, based on that, they estimate. Then Alagh Committee in 1979, they used another calorie terms only on the basis of nutritional requirements. That is a rural 2400 calories, urban 200 calories, and income between 49.1 and 56.7 minimum consumption expenditure per month per capita. So, and later on again, they also started to estimating the poverty, adjusting the price level for inflation. What is that particular year current inflation and what is the price level? So based on adjusting, so they try to estimating, that is the income level. So these are the few more are there. That is Lakdawala Committee 1993. So they made us some of the suggestions. So based on the calories consumption which is earlier, so they use the consumer price index of industrial workers in urban areas and the consumer price index of rural area. These both they used for estimating the poverty. 1993. The other one, Tendulkar Committee. So there are certain shortcomings which are there in the previous method. So 1973 and 74, there is a poverty line baskets of goods and services. So there is required some changes, and based on that changes, they recommended some of important that are there. A shift from calorie consumption poverty estimation. They don't want any more calories consumption. So they want to shift from other method of estimation, and a uniform poverty line basket PLB, both urban and rural areas. So there is a price adjustment procedure based on spatial different geographical and temporal different period of time with the price adjustment, and incorporation of private health expenditure and education. These important health expenditure and education should be incorporated while estimating the poverty. So these are the certain recommendations given by Tendulkar Committee in 2009. So they don't want the previously what are the method they use. They just want to shift from calorie consumption poverty estimation to other form. So based on spatial, that is a geographical. Based on temporal, that is a time period. And other aspects, that is a health and education, to also be included. Then, so these people, one important unity is that mixed reference period based estimation they introduced. Who, that is a Tendulkar Committee. So mixed reference period. So here in this they use different mixed references. That is measures of consumption of 5 low frequency items and past previous 30 years. So this mixed reference period, just understand that things are used by Tendulkar committee. Then what are the issues are there? It is the Tendulkar committee line has been that it too low. So many household needs of government assistance are not given. So that is one drawbacks. We'll see another important one, Rangarajan Committee. So in this, they use another unique one, modified mixed reference period, MMRP. So this line should be, poverty line should be 32 day in rural area and 37 day, rupees 37 day in urban area. So they again use the consumption basket should contain food component that satisfied certain minimum of 90 nutritional requirement. So and essential items on non-food items also they mention, as we know that previously the committee that is Tendulkar committee. So in this, a unique thing is that modified mixed reference period. So in this 365 days they used, 7 days period of certain items, certain basket full of items they used, and 30 days for the remaining food items. So all the three different mixed, modified mixed period items are used. So important criticisms are that, so this committee missed the opportunity to go beyond the expenditure based on poverty rate and examine the possibility of wider multidimensional view of deprivation. So these people not used wider deprivation. So where different aspects people are depriving. So that aspects not used in the Rangarajan committee, but they used a mixed modified period, modified reference period, 1 year, 1 month, 1 week, and 1 month, recalling what the expenditure did. Other one more one, that is a Saxena Committee. So an expert group. So they include automatic exclusion of rural household from the BPL list. So this inclusion of BPL list, granting of remaining households for automatic exclusion, that is ownership of land, ownership of motorized vehicles, and mechanized farm equipment, and regular employment. So these are certain things are included in the Saxena Committee. So automatic inclusion of rural household from certain groups in the BPL list are primitive tribal groups. So these are excluded. These are inclusion. Designated Mahadalit groups, single woman headed households, household with disabled person as a bread earner, household headed by minor, household dependent on arms for survival, household homeless households, and households with bonded labors. So these inclusions and these are exclusion in the Saxena Committee. And the world level, we'll say that one multi-dimensional poverty index. So it has 10 important indicators: health, 1/6 nutritional, child mortality, education, year of schooling, it's given weightage is 1/6, school attendance 1/6, living standards, that is a cooking fuel, what they're using for fuel purpose, sanitation 1/18, drinking water, electricity, housing assets. This weightage is 1/18th. So these three dimensions are used in international level. So this poverty, there is a multi-poverty index, was devised in 2011. Oxford University research, Sabina Alcaray and James Foster. So these two people, Sabina Alcaray and James Foster. So it is used an international measure of acute multidimensional poverty covering 100 developing countries. So it complements the traditional monetary based poverty measures by capturing the acute deprivation. We must understand here deprivation, not getting, that each person faces at the same time with respect to education, health, and standard of living. So these are three indicators, and weightage is given one third both, and each individual items again given weightages. We'll go in detail of that. That is health, nutrition. Depriving an adult under 70 years of age or child is undernourished. Weightage 1/6. Child mortality. A child has died in the family in the 5 years period preceding the survey, that particular survey. Then education. Year of schooling. Number of no household member aged 10 years or old has completed 6 years of schooling. And attendance, a school age child is not attending school at the age to the age at which she would complete class 8. This is a basic education. And the standard of living, cooking fuel, the household cook with a dung, wood, charcoal or things, these are used. That poverty they indicate. Sanitation sanitation facility is not improved for its improved but shared with the other households according to sustainable development guidelines. Drinking water. The household not have to access improved drinking water or safe drinking water at least 30 minutes walk from home round trip. This is the deprivation of second. Electricity, there is no electricity. Housing at least one of roof walls and the floor are inadequate. So the floor is of natural materials and the roof and the walls are of the natural or rudimentary materials. So all the natural materials they're using for construction and floor and construction walls, everything, and they are the depriving. Then assets. They're not owned more than one of uh, these assets. Radio, TV, telephone, computer, animal car, bicycle, motorbike, refrigerator, does not own a car or truck. So these are certain deprivations particular households given weightage one third of each, and every individual weightage 1/6 and followed by standard of living 1/18 they are given. So based on that they calculating multi-dimensional poverty index by international. Then so these are our certain important aspects which are very important uh, for the examination point and even for understanding the poverty. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.